We all know what it's like to feel a little rain in our hearts, sometimes gentle, sometimes a storm. These moments of sadness, loneliness, or confusion can come unexpectedly, touching every one of us at different times in our lives. Sometimes, it's a quiet ache that lingers in the background. Other times, it's a downpour that seems to wash away all hope. No matter how it arrives, suffering is a universal experience, woven into the fabric of being human. This inner discomfort is part of being human, connecting us all. Whether we're young or old, from any walk of life, we each carry our own burdens and stories. Sometimes, we find comfort in knowing that others have felt what we feel, that we're not alone in our struggles. Our shared vulnerability can be a bridge, bringing us closer together and reminding us of our common humanity. The Buddha saw that everyone, no matter their life, experiences suffering. He recognized that pain and hardship don't discriminate. They touch the rich and poor, the young and old, the powerful and the humble. This insight was not meant to discourage us, but to help us see that suffering is not a personal failing. It's simply part of life's journey. Instead of turning away, he looked deeply, seeking to understand and find peace. The Buddha's approach was gentle yet courageous. He invited us to face our pain with curiosity, not fear. By looking inward, he discovered that understanding suffering is the first step toward healing. He showed that peace is possible, even in the midst of life's storms. His teachings aren't just for monks, they're a gentle hand, a lamp in the dark. They offer comfort and guidance to anyone willing to listen, no matter where they are on their path. The wisdom of the Buddha is like a friend who sits beside you in difficult times, offering light and warmth when you need it most. The first step is to acknowledge our suffering without fear or judgment. When we allow ourselves to truly feel what's inside, we begin to understand it. This act of recognition is powerful. It's the foundation for real change. By being honest with ourselves, we open the door to compassion and healing. When we greet our pain with openness, we take away its power. Instead of letting it control us, we learn to sit with it, to breathe through it, and to let it teach us. Over time, this gentle acceptance can transform our suffering into wisdom and strength. Let's begin this journey together, exploring the Four Noble Truths, not as rules, but as a map out of suffering. Think of them as signposts guiding us through the challenges of life and helping us find our way back to peace. We don't have to walk this path alone. Together we can support and encourage each other as we learn and grow. The first step is simply to be present with what we feel, opening our hearts to transformation. By staying with our experience, moment by moment, we create space for healing and growth. This is the beginning of a new relationship with ourselves, one rooted in kindness, understanding, and hope. The Buddha's first truth is the reality of suffering, dukkha. This is not just a philosophical idea, but a direct observation of life as it is. Dukkha is the thread that runs through all human experience, touching everyone, regardless of age, background, or circumstance. It is the ache of longing, the sting of loss, and the subtle dissatisfaction that can linger even in moments of happiness. Like a doctor naming a fever, the Buddha asks us to see suffering honestly, without turning away, or pretending it doesn't exist. He encourages us to look at our lives with clarity, to notice the pain that arises in both obvious and hidden ways. This means acknowledging not only the big, dramatic moments of suffering, but also the small, everyday struggles that we often overlook. Suffering isn't limited to tragedy or heartbreak. It's present in daily frustrations, like being stuck in traffic, feeling left out, or hearing disappointing news. It's the loneliness that creeps in when we're surrounded by people, and the disappointment when things don't go as planned. These moments may seem minor, but together, they shape our experience of life. Recognizing this isn't complaining, it's self-awareness. It's about being honest with ourselves, allowing us to see our lives more clearly. When we admit that suffering is part of our experience, we open the door to understanding and growth. Life isn't only suffering, it's also filled with beauty, joy, and moments of peace. But all of these are impermanent. They come and go, just like the changing weather. The laughter of children, the warmth of sunlight, and the beauty of a blooming flower are precious because they are fleeting. Our attachment to happy moments and our fear of losing them can also cause pain. We cling to what we love, hoping it will last forever, and feel sorrow when it inevitably changes or fades away. Even our happiest memories can bring a bittersweet ache, reminding us of what has passed. The first noble truth invites us to courageously accept that suffering exists. It asks us to face reality with open eyes and an open heart, rather than hiding from discomfort or pretending everything is perfect. We don't need to be afraid of suffering, nor do we need to deny it. By meeting it with honesty and courage, we begin to loosen its grip on us. Acknowledging suffering is an act of self-compassion. It's the first step toward healing, allowing us to treat ourselves and others with greater kindness and understanding. When we stop fighting reality and accept things as they are, we create space to calmly look for the cause of our suffering. This gentle acceptance is not resignation, but the beginning of wisdom. This is the first step toward peace, a peace that comes from understanding, acceptance, and the willingness to see life as it truly is. Once we recognize the presence of suffering in our lives, the Buddha invites us to take a deeper look, not just at the pain itself, but at what gives rise to it. This is the second noble truth, samudaya, the origin of suffering. Instead of turning away, we are encouraged to become curious, to gently investigate the roots of our discomfort and dissatisfaction. The Buddha asks us to look for the true cause of suffering, to observe our own minds and hearts with honesty and patience. Through reflection, we begin to see patterns, habits of thought and feeling that keep us trapped in cycles of pain. If suffering has a cause, then it is not inevitable. It means that change is possible. We are not powerless. By understanding the cause, we can begin to transform our experience. At the heart of suffering lies craving, an insatiable longing, a restless desire for things to be different than they are. This craving shows up as attachment, the urge to grasp at pleasure, possessions, or even ideas about ourselves. We chase after pleasant experiences, hoping they will last forever, and we fear their loss. Yet, the more we cling, the more elusive happiness becomes. Like trying to hold water in our hands, the tighter we grasp, the more it slips away, leaving us thirsty for more. Craving isn't just about wanting what we like, it also appears as aversion, the urge to push away what we dislike or fear. When we resist pain or discomfort, we often find that it grows stronger, dominating our thoughts and emotions. Beneath craving and aversion lies an even deeper root, the mistaken belief in a separate, permanent self. We identify with our thoughts, our bodies, our roles, and imagine that I am fixed and unchanging, separate from everyone and everything else. This sense of me and mine leads us to cling tightly to people, possessions, and ideas. When things don't go our way, or when we feel threatened, anger and sadness arise, fueled by our attachment to this fragile sense of self. The Buddha taught that this separate self is an illusion. In reality, we are deeply interconnected. Like waves that rise and fall in the vast ocean, each unique yet inseparable from the whole. Our lives are woven together in ways we often overlook. When we begin to understand this interconnectedness, a sense of relief and spaciousness arises. We are freed from the constant anxiety of protecting and defending a separate self, and we can meet life with greater ease and compassion. Suffering arises from craving, aversion, and misunderstanding who we truly are. These forces shape our actions and reactions, often without our awareness, keeping us caught in cycles of confusion and dissatisfaction. By seeing these roots clearly, we can begin to loosen their grip. Letting go is not about giving up joy or connection, but about releasing the tightness of our grasp, allowing life to flow more freely. The cause of suffering is not something imposed on us from the outside world. It is our own thirst, our own attachment and resistance, that keeps us bound. Recognizing this truth is the first step toward freedom. With awareness and understanding, we can begin to transform suffering at its very root, opening the door to a life of greater peace and genuine happiness. The third noble truth is the end of suffering, nirodha. If suffering comes from craving, then letting go brings peace. This doesn't mean giving up joy or relationships, but enjoying life without clinging. Imagine letting go of a burning coal. Relief comes instantly. This freedom is called nirvana, not a distant place, but the cooling of greed, anger, and ignorance. True peace isn't getting everything we want, but being content as we are. When we're no longer driven by desire or fear, our mind becomes calm and clear. This peace is available now, in small moments of letting go. The Buddha taught that this is our true home. The end of suffering is real, and we can touch it in daily life. The Buddha didn't just diagnose suffering, he offered a path out, the Noble Eightfold Path. It's not rigid rules, but a way of living with understanding and compassion. Called the middle way, it avoids extremes and brings balance. The path has 3 trainings: wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. Like building a house, each supports the others. The 8 elements are right view, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. Right means skillful, actions that reduce suffering and increase peace. We learn by walking the path, not just reading about it. Every moment is a chance to practice, whether at home, work, or alone. The path transforms ordinary life into a journey of liberation. The path begins with wisdom, right view and right intention. Right view is seeing things as they are, impermanent, interconnected, and shaped by craving. It's not blind belief, but clarity from looking deeply. Like a good map, it guides all our steps. We cultivate right view by seeing the roots of our emotions and the interdependence of all things. Right intention is the motivation to act wisely. It means letting go of unhealthy cravings, wishing well for all beings, and responding to suffering with compassion. These intentions set our direction, like a compass. With right view and intention, every step moves us toward understanding and freedom. Wisdom isn't abstract. It's lived in each moment. This is the foundation of the path. Next is ethical conduct, how we bring wisdom into the world. Right speech means speaking truthfully, kindly, and helpfully, and listening with compassion. Right action is living with non-harming, refraining from killing, stealing, or causing harm. These are guidelines for respect and compassion, not rigid rules. Right livelihood is earning a living without harming others or the planet. It's about aligning our work with our values. Ethical conduct brings peace to our minds and communities. Our daily actions become expressions of the path. The final training is mental discipline, cultivating peace within. Right effort is steady, gentle persistence, preventing unwholesome states, letting go of negativity, nurturing positive qualities, and sustaining them. It's like tending a garden, pulling weeds, and watering flowers. Right. Mindfulness is being present, aware, and non-judgmental in each moment. We can practice mindfulness in any activity, from walking to washing dishes. Mindfulness helps us see thoughts and feelings without being swept away. Right. Concentration is focusing the mind, bringing calm and clarity. Deep concentration allows insight and wisdom to arise. These practices free us from being controlled by our thoughts and emotions. Mental discipline completes the path to liberation. The Four Noble Truths are a journey home, not to a distant place, but to ourselves. We begin by bravely acknowledging suffering, then look deeply to find its cause. We discover the possibility of peace, and walk the Eightfold Path with awareness and compassion. We don't need to wait for perfect conditions. Peace is possible right now, even in difficulty. The mud of suffering can nourish understanding and compassion. The Buddha's teachings invite us to come home to the present moment, where life truly happens. When we are mindful, we see we already have enough to be happy. The peace we seek